Backlash in Lyon, France will forever be etched in WWE history as one of the best indoor stadium, arena, whatever you want to call it, crowds of all time. I mean, the crowd itself was the highlight of the night, and that's not to put down the wrestlers and the action that we saw in the middle of that ring, because they put on a great show. But what this crowd was able to do, and I thought watching SmackDown, watching the promo between AJ and Cody Rhodes, I thought, man, this crowd has the potential to possibly hijack shows. Because, in my opinion, and again, this is just me, they were doing that during that promo. They weren't allowing the wrestlers, in this case, AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes, to build up any momentum, any any tension going into the match for Backlash. But then you had the crowd during the pay-per-view, which unsurprisingly it absolutely worked. They sing Randy Orton's theme front to back. A French crowd sings Randy Orton's theme front to back, much like we have done for decades at home, but not not at the arenas, of course. They sing the phenomenal song every single time they mention AJ Styles, and again, it works in a pay-per-view setting where we don't have wrestlers trying to cut promos and trying to speak over the crowd. And then you had the moment of the night. Main event Jey Uso's entrance. Not only did he start his entrance from the crowd, which was an absolute banger of a decision, but it's just amazing. You would think it was coordinated by the entire arena, by WWE itself, that you would have the Fireflies out, and they are all doing the Jey Uso stance at the exact same time. I mean, that's an image. That's 30 seconds, a minute of a video that you can use to hype up programs, to hype up WWE future shows for what, 5, 10, 15 years, maybe for eternity, maybe for the entirety of WWE's existence. And if you had any doubts that main event Jey Uso was in fact not a main event superstar, that entrance itself, the crowd reacting to him, his aura, his presence, that's enough. Now, of course, Jey Uso failed in his attempt to win the World Heavyweight Championship from Damian Priest. Again, that's a decision that had to be made. You can't really have that title flip-flopping way too much. I mean, to go from a 300-plus day reign from a Seth freaking Rollins to a 5-minute reign by Drew McIntyre to a 1-month reign, less than a month reign by Damian Priest, not exactly the best way to protect that title. But the most interesting part about all of this is, of course, the fact that Damian Priest lashed out against his family, against his brethren, against his Judgment Day stable, both Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Priest was not happy about them beating down Jey Uso and attacking main event Jey Uso. And I get it, because Damian Priest, the story being told on his side of things is he wants to prove to everyone who ever doubted him that he is enough world champion, that he deserves to be the top guy on Monday Night Raw, because that is what he is. And unfortunately, the story being told right now for him is that's going to lead into a rift between Priest and the rest of the Judgment Day. And again, that's eventually going to lead to Priest versus Balor, possibly for the world title, or possibly the world title, is taken out of the equation because the Judgment Day messes up and that title changes hands very, very soon. Maybe even at Clash at the Castle. I don't know. I do not know. So with that said, Damian Priest retains his title. We got brand new women's tag team champions in Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, which makes absolute sense. After Bayley defeated Io Sky at WrestleMania 40, you kind of feel like you had to cool down that Damage Control stable. You had to give us a reason to care about them again. Because them being tag team champions, but Io Sky losing to Bayley, that doesn't really resonate with the crowd. That doesn't really make too much sense to the crowd. And now you have a fantastic opportunity because you get to have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill travel throughout all the shows to defend those tag team titles. And you have Damage Control focus solely and fully on the man, Becky Lynch. And adding to that challenger and giving her a big bad to fight on the red brand. So again, good decision right then and there. AJ Styles lost to Cody Rhodes in a very nice, very good, nothing out of the extraordinary main event. I like the little callback to Stardust, especially after that AJ Styles coming on Friday. My hopes, as far as this is concerned, is that the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, is not a one-off. Now, I'm hoping he's not a one-off. I'm hoping they're able to at least extend him into King of the Ring for that title defense in Saudi Arabia. But you never know. I mean, this match went a little bit long for it to be an extended feud, in my opinion. If you want this feud to continue, cut this match back, and then you have the bigger, longer match once the feud ends. That's apparently not what's going to happen. So we'll just have to wait and see. For now, Cody Rhodes retains his title. AJ Styles puts up a fantastic fight. Phenomenal fight, actually. What else happened? Who else? I'm trying to remember. Oh, Bayley retained her triple threat, her women's championship in a triple threat match. Again, understandable. Much like Cody Rhodes, she just won the title at WrestleMania 40. You can't have her drop it. Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, two very good foils for Bayley in this case. And again, in my opinion, this feud, this rivalry, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi being involved with the women's title, that's one and done. That's over. The whole point of making this a triple threat match was to get them both out of the way. Because Tiffany Stratton one-on-one right now, a loss is going to hurt her. There's no way she's going to win the title anytime soon. And Naomi, well, no disrespect to her, but I don't think a lot of people want to see Bayley versus Naomi for the title on a pay-per-view setting just yet. At least not babyface versus babyface. Now, Bayley, we need to find a brand new challenger for her and the women's title. And in my opinion, that woman, the right woman for the job, is Nia Jax. And finally, we got to the debut, and I'm trying to not butcher his name, Tongaloa. Again, I'm not going to try, but a former partner of Tama Tonga in New Japan Pro Wrestling made his debut during the opening match of Backlash, helping the Bloodline beat Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. And again, this adds more fuel to the fire. This adds more meat to the bone of the Bloodline story that we're starting to tell with Solo Sikoa building up his own crew that will eventually lead to Roman Reigns coming back and possibly, I'm not saying it will happen, possibly reuniting with the Usos and starting this Bloodline Civil War. Which again, other than that, the pay-per-view itself, Backlash France itself, the main thing, the main highlight of the night was, of course, the French crowd, amazing crowd, who put the bar quite high for any other crowd, especially in America. So we'll just have to see if they're able to top it. Seems like highly doubtful right now. But we'll just have to wait and see. So with that said, what are your thoughts on the Backlash show in France? Did you love the crowd? Did you enjoy the show? Did you think the right people went over? Do you think maybe somebody had to be crowned a brand new champion in the world title, WWE title, or any place else? Leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions in the comment section below. With that said, my name is Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk, and I'll see you next time.